Good day, everybody. First reveal in a while. Sorry, I'm just a little bit late. I had some problems getting the stream to start, but we are here, ready to go for a 1953S plastic tube drill. It's been in this tube for a long time. We're going to pour it out here, get started. Hope everybody watching is having a good day. Everything's working out for you. Got just a couple of rolls to do today, and then we're going to be doing the mystery pull this evening. Just to get you acclimated to my day. Let's see what we have for the first coin in the roll for Sergeant First Class Eric. And get it perfectly focused. A slightly later dice date coin here, as can be seen by all of the... Oh, look at that. It's got a nice little bug going on. That's a little pockmark in the die right there. But all these little die flow lines that you can see on here, these are all caused by die wear. There's a little die gouge right there. It's been worn down. You know that's not a die crack because it is worn. Die cracks don't wear. Thing about die cracks is they just grow. And that's a thing that we have to know and understand when we're dealing with coins. You have to know the difference between a die crack and a die gouge. Die gouges are usually very straight. They wear with time, and in fact can wear completely off of the die. Coins were just submitted to CAC. Awesome. Hello, Ant. There's Roy. There's Dan. There's Ant. We got a whole crowd in here today. Thank you guys for showing up. Now, as I was saying, this being straight like this, it's a die gouge. It also is worn. You can tell it's soft. Well, a die crack would look like a lightning bolt. It would look like a crack in a sidewalk. It would go in all whatever directions it wants to. Additionally, it would stay sharp. Die cracks do not wear. So, there we go. Moving right along. See if we see anything else on the obverse of this. We'll be checking the first 10 coins on the reverse side just to see what we have. All right, and that's the obverse for you. Let's take a look at the reverse and see what we have there. Got a slightly soft strike. That's what the incomplete O in 1 represents. It's a bit of a softness in the strike itself. And that's it. That's what we've got for Sergeant First Class. Next up, coin number 2 goes to Frosty. Let's see what we have on coin number 2. Looks like it could possibly have a really small split lower serif, but I don't think we're going to be listing ones like that. Let's see here. It's a little bit too minor for us to deal with. Once these dies start wearing down, these really, really minor ones just disappear. And if you get any wear or circulation at all on the coin, you can't really tell that it was a double die at all. What's the point? Or an RPM at all. So what's the point, really? In listing dies where you have to have an early die state and they have to be perfect. Let's see. There's Paul Hampton. Hope I feel better. If that's directed toward me, I feel okay. I'm fine. All right. There's another one with what could possibly be a very, very minor lower split serif. Another one we're probably just not going to do anything with. Let's see here. Go around. Look at the obverse. Let's flip it over and take a look at the reverse. There are a number of repunch mint marks in 1953S. Not really known for double die obverses or reverses, but that could change any time, you know. Never know when there's some chance you could find something decent. Coin number 4 now. Coin number 4 for Taco John. And Taco John, it's this one. Not an RPM. There's a throat clash. It's a clash from the T. Is that the T? No, N-H-O-N-E. That's the O-N. Yeah, I think that's the N of 1. I have to think about it. Yeah, that's the one. N of 1. Oh, look. Yeah. Same mark again. So does it have the... Yeah, it does. Okay, so this is a repeat. A repeat. Reminds me of a joke we used to pass around when I was a kid. Pete and repeat went to a bridge. Pete fell off. Who was left? Then you say, well, repeat. Pete and repeat went to a bridge. Pete fell off. Who was left? Well, repeat. You do that until they quit answering. Yeah, bad dad joke, I guess, right? Good morning, Arizona Coins. We continue to look at 1953S for anything that happens to stand out at us. Another repeat. Pete and repeat went to a bridge. Pete fell off. Who was left? Oh, that could probably get a little old. Sometimes I fear for the calendar. Its days are numbered. Oi, oi. No, Luke. It is your destiny. Let's see, got a die crack on the top of that one there. Oh, Finding nothing on these. Does happen. It's not like I'd expect it every day, but it does happen. Do you know why chicken coops have 2 doors? Because if they had 4 doors, they'd be a chicken sedan. Oh my gosh. Oh. I'm laughing so hard I'm going to have a heart attack over here. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, there's a nice struck through right there. Or is that a struck through? Looks like there's an obstruction. No, that's a peel. That looks like a lamination peel prior to the strike. We've got a really sharp edge up here, which tells us it's probably peeled off the coin rather than struck through the die and coin. But what I'm looking at, and especially interesting, is this area right up here doesn't appear to be heavily affected by this. And it would look like you would have something like an outline that would come around here, so this area should be mashed down, kind of like this is. I guess it is a struck through. It's just a kind of an unusual looking struck through, because a lamination peel, you would usually see it like a ripped off Band-Aid, and underneath it would be streaks, lines going all in the same direction, showing the lack of bonding of one layer of alloy to the other. So that's a bit odd. I can't pick out whether this is a struck through or a lamination peel. Now, it looks more like a struck through in the fact that the area that's sunk down in the coin here has kind of a globulous nature to it, which makes it seem like a ball of something got struck into. And that usually lamb peels don't come out like this. Oh, let's look at the rest of the reverse and see if there's anything else that'll give us a sign. A sign. Right? Here's your sign. I don't see any other striping, any other lamination striping of any kind on here. It looks like a relatively decent planchet quality. I'd have to go with the struck through on this. Is it weak on the other side? In that area, you're not really going to notice much. This would be the other side. Right here in the center. Yeah, no. I'm not fitting it. It don't look like it. Here we go. Stanley. Stan Horn coin is not an RPM. Let's see what we have if we keep looking. Oh, we've got that. So that means we've got that, which means we've got a repeat. Well, we know we have an original roll. Hello, Otis. Good morning to you. Or afternoon, actually, as it would be in Ohio, as it is in North Carolina. Aha. We have something. I think that's an RPM. That line moving down from the right corner of the S, I think, is an RPM. We have not seen one of those yet in this roll that I know of. So it is our first, very likely, RPM. Looks like part of the lower right curve of another S. Let's see. And nothing else there. Really pretty much one of the only ways that I could tell you for sure whether or not that's a struck through or a lamination on that other coin is to find another coin minted with that die. Take a little more research than I'm really willing to go through right now during one of these shows, but it can be found, and if we see any others with a mark in that exact same spot on the reverse, which it's not going to be on this coin because this coin is a repeat of a different die, but we'll look anyway. Where was that? That was on the... Oh, where was that? I don't remember what part of the coin it was on now. Oh, get me all curious and stuff. Then I have to go look. No, it was coin 8, wasn't it? Yeah. It's coin number 8. It was on the E and cent. So right there in the middle of the coin. The very middle of the reverse design is actually the lower stem of the N. So it's actually just over from the middle. Yeah, but that's... Yeah. All right, so I'll check that letter on a few of these other coins. Let me see which die it is. Let me open up a big bag of worms here. Let's see. We get a marker on the obverse that'll show us a pair up to this particular die. Because I'm not going to be using the reverses to find it. Have you ever seen a coin? Okay, there we go. Got a nice north die scratch out of the 9 there. So that's going to be one for the other side. If it's a lamb peel, it'll repeat. If it's a struck through, it will not repeat. So that's where we're going with that. Let's see who is next. That's Sissy. Sissy's next, coin number 12. Here it is. Coin number 12. And let me get my camera focused back in. Not the RPM that we have been seeing. Not a duplicate to the possible lamb peel. Wait a minute. Lamb peel's not going to repeat either. That's a planchet flaw too. A struck through might repeat. What What did I say? I was like totally backwards on that. A lamb peel is definitely not going to repeat because that has to do with the planchet itself. That's a planchet flaw. Lamination could repeat. I'm sorry, a struck through could repeat because if the same glop is stuck to the die, it's going to strike through a number of coins. And then there's a chance neither is true. Now here's another example of that same die pair. So we'll flip this one over and see that the struck through is probably no longer there. There's nothing in that area. So nothing we can actually determine without really digging in and looking hard. Carl. Not seeing anything on this obverse. Let's do one more reverse. One more. Just to seal the deal on whether we think we're going to find anything on any of these reverses. And then we'll go through the rest of the roll in the obverse mode only. All right. Don't see anything there. Eric. Mr. Buyer is next. Don't see anything on the mint mark. Nothing on the eye. Nothing in God We Trust or Liberty. So, we move on. Number 16, Dirty Water. Dirty Water. I see there's one of those ones with the really minor split lower serif. I just don't think there's going to be enough there to list. Oops. Be on our next roll directly after this one. That's going to be a 1955 plane. You never know what you're going to find in 55 plane. It could be really nice. Could get a bunch of die cracks, breaks, even possibly double dies. There are double dies on the obverse, of course, and there could be a double die on the reverse as well. So you can join me directly after this roll for that roll, where we'll be checking for those things. Number 18 to Carl. And make sure you join me this evening for the mystery coin pull. We'll be pulling value out of the box, playing the game, doing draw fours, doing swap-ems, doing trade that coin back, swap them, or could actually get bonus coins where you get an extra coin. I got some silver dimes I'm going to throw into the kitty this time around. See, there's another one of those. That tells me that's either a rather strongly formed die scratch or it's actually part of a punch. So we're going to be looking at that real closely. The wind is still blowing in Fort Myers. From what? My dad told me it's been a little bit windy down that way for the last week. Roy says put him in for 20. Got you, Roy. Thank you. Here's number 20 now to Doug. Mr. Doug. Nope. That's a repeat. Pete, repeat. Went to a bridge and Pete fell off. Who's left? Yes, Mickey. Gotcha. How you doing today? Did you get that work done, or are you still working on it? It's another nada. Not a nothing. Not a lot of nothing. I'm going to get myself a piece of notepaper here. And I'm going to write down. Where's my pen? No, that's not what I'm going to write down. I'm going to write down. Still working on the porch? Okay. I'm going to write down Roy for 10 coins. I'm going to write down Mickey for 10 coins. If anybody else wants to get into the pool this evening, you let me know now, and I'll get you in there. Let's see, who's coin number 22 here? Doug. Let's see what we can do with Doug. Well, looks like it's going to be another one of my nuttin' coins. Looks like we're down really basically to looking for 1 RPM. That, well, apparent RPM. We'll have to look it up later and see. But this apparent RPM shows as a hook coming down off the right corner, lower right corner of the mint mark. Down there where the lower curve comes around. And that is all we have seen through half a roll. Number 24 now, Chubby Pop Chaser. Well, looks like still yet nothing. So, is this? No, this isn't one of those. Okay. That for CPC. Now on to coin number 25 for Mr. Thomas, Mark Thomas. I'm sorry, Dr. Thomas. Thoughts still going out to him and the Albany, Georgia area where recently had a mass shooting that is very tragic and a very sad event. I'd like to know who does that and how to stop them before it happens. Other than gun control, I just don't think gun control is a thing. Gun control will not work in most cases because criminals don't care about your gun control laws. And if you make it where law-abiding citizens cannot buy guns, then only the criminals, the police, and the military will have guns. And police can't respond fast enough, and the military is not going to respond to a scene of violence at somebody's home. So if you're left without the ability to defend yourself with a gun, what do you have? You have a phone to call the police, who can take sometimes hours to show up. I have an issue with taking people's guns away from them because crimes occur with guns. Crimes occur with cars too. Let's just abolish all cars. While we're at it, let's just take all of our rope away too, because, well, sometimes people commit crimes with rope, knives. Let's just take it all away. What do we have left? Padded rooms, plastic toys. That's about it, right? Yeah, you just because people use guns to kill people doesn't mean the guns are bad. You're still at Fort Montgomery? What do you know about that? It's kind of cool. Where are we here? Tell us more, Eric. Tell us more. Fort Montgomery. Nothing there. I've been going through doing my level best to find good information regarding a couple of bond issues we have in Johnston County, North Carolina, prior to my slithering into the poll to vote. And seems to be that they're asking for a blocked out amount of money for a school bond, which is nothing unusual, but they're asking for $275 million on a school bond issue. And they're wanting to get it by raising property tax. Well, okay. Tell me, how much is that going to cost me? Oh, you can't? Well, wait a minute. It should be pretty simple. My property is worth a certain value. If you're increasing property tax, you could tell me by how many mills or how many dollars or whatever you're going to be raising that property tax, so I will be able to do the calculation myself based on the value of my property. You can't? You're not going to tell me how many mills? Well, that doesn't make any sense. I think I'm going to let you go back and figure it out a little bit and then come back and tell me how much it's going to affect the common person. I want to see a dollar amount per $1,000 in value. My property tax will increase because of your leverage of a bond to improve schools. I don't have any problem with improving schools. I have a problem with a politician telling me that they want me to give them an undisclosed amount of money and not tell me how the bond is structured, whose pocket it goes into, you know, that sort of thing. So, yeah, go back and do more thinking. So, I'm trying to find out if there is anywhere where this information is actually published so that I may read it and look into it. There's another one of those with that either a die gouge or a repunch mint mark on the S. So that will be our third one for the roll, and this one goes to Frosty. Coin number 36 now to Eric Beyer, who I don't think is on right now. Yeah, he's just not saying anything. Which could also be typical. He could be looking at coins, doing his daily chores, his work, working on photographs for the website, and just listening in and not really saying anything, which is completely understandable. Mapping out the foundation of the walls. They were uncovered by erosion. We were tasked to map them. That's really cool. Are you using GPR in any sense? Or are you just, how are you finding these walls? Are they sorting packages? Okay. I knew Eric was probably around. He likes watching these. So he's in the living room, at the dining room table actually, peeking around the corner at the TV, listening to this broadcast as we go along. Or could be watching on his laptop, one or the other. And so, I keep digging, looking for something that isn't average and normal. We have found one die out of this roll so far that we know needs better research, and it's going to be one that has a little stick out the bottom right corner going south of the S mint mark that looks like part of a bottom curve of an additional mint mark. Those sort of things do happen, so I'm not sure whether there is a listed RPM like that for 1953S. I just haven't been able to pay attention to that. Just locating what's visible. Okay. Any chance that maybe GPR could help you guys find additional walls and perhaps somehow paint the overall picture of what's there? Or do they happen to already know that and you're just giving them fine points? I saw something about something being exposed by erosion. I think I saw that on a video. Is that perhaps an RPM? I'll leave it out just in case. I'll let Eric take a good look at it. But I don't think that's one of the RPMs. I think that one is very small and slight and very pointed case of eject doubling. But we'll see. A 2009P LP1 WDDR 139. Good Lord, the numbers. WDDR 139. Was it just a extra log end or something like that? Let's see here. My next one. Oh, looky there. That's definitely an RPM. That's nice. That's a pretty one. Yeah, that one's definitely listed. Definitely nice. And this one's going to go to Mickey. Mickey gets to add an RPM to his collection. Although the coin was an ender and it's not quite as nice as some of the other coins in the roll. But he definitely gets an RPM there. Let's put that one off to the side here. Now coin number 43 for Mark Thomas. Next show will start at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern Time. That is coming up in about 20 minutes. So I should be done with this one in the next 5 or 10 minutes and be ready to get ready for the other. Be ready to get ready for the other show. Y'all ready for this? Good morning, Ogre Coins. Mr. Rigo, how are things going today? Got nothing on that one. You're right about that, Eric. Those logins, man, they can be difficult, especially if your lighting isn't set at just the perfect angle. Makes me wonder how whomever found the first ones found them anyway. Details like that can be really hard to pick out. All right, Sureg there. That's right. Eric has a couple of... Do you have one or two reveals today? So you've got one reveal today and you're moving the other one. Okay. If the coin has only enough marks to make it an MS67, but is covered in planchet spots that are turning, it would be an MS60 details, correct? Or be a net grade without details. Okay. Ant. Terminology. Details grade is a net grade. Otherwise, you have a regular grade. So a net grade is a cleaned grade or damaged grade. Coins that have not been cleaned or specifically damaged and just have spots from bad storage are not net graded. They are regular grades. Depending on the spots and how much surface coverage you have of the spots, it's going to make a difference as to what the grade turns out to be. If the spots are black, nice, heavily corrosive, icky-looking spots and they cover a decent share of the coin, yes, you may have an MS60 coin. The color of the coin is still going to come in, so you could still have an MS60 red with a bunch of black spots on it if there's no brown on the coin. But the strength, location, and number of spots you have on your coin are going to make a difference on the grade. But it will not be net graded. And that looks interesting, but it isn't anything. Yeah, will not be nut graded because it's not cleaned. Up to coin number 49 now. A lot, small, and everywhere scattered. Sounds like probably a 62. Just by my imagination of what you're calling. Wow, there's another different RPM right there. Another different, really nice looking RPM. And that one's going to go to Stan Horn. Very nice. Yeah, but the problem when you have coins that have spots and stuff on them, that does correlate into the grade. And you could have a coin, like you said, that would otherwise be a 67, but could be really messed up. So you could have a really bright luster, very strong strike, 1 mark, maybe 2 marks on the coin, and that's all you see for the typical features of the coin. But then you have, it looks like somebody sneezed on the coin and put carbon spots all over the coin. You're going to take your 67 right down to the basement, unfortunately. All right, folks, I'll be back in about 15 minutes, roughly 15 minutes. I'll be back for reveal number 679. And then we are going to be doing a mystery pull this evening. Let me know if you want to get in on that. And I will talk to you soon.